Race for the White House reaches a crucial stage on Monday with the opening of the Republican convention in Cleveland, Ohio. Billionaire businessman Donald Trump is due to be nominated as the Republicans' presidential candidate. Let's go straight to John Brain, who is live for us at that convention in Cleveland. John, it's been quite a build-up, but we have finally reached this point. What can we expect from the next few days?
Well, Marlena, Donald Trump described the last Republican convention as the most boring event he'd been to in his life, and he's promised that this one will be, in his words, amazing. Well, we'll have to see if the week bears that description out, but it's certainly likely to be unpredictable and probably highly controversial as well.
Has there ever been a more polarizing presidential hopeful than Donald J. Trump? Not if the scale of the security operation in Cleveland is anything to go by. They're expecting numerous protests here, possibly violent ones. $50 million has been spent securing the convention zone. Not that any of that worries Texas delegates Jody Rushton and Teresa Kosmowski. They believe Donald Trump is the man to restore America's fortunes.
Yes, I am supporting Donald Trump because I want a strong country. I want a strong nation. I want an economy that's booming, and I want somebody who can do it.
He's made more money than probably anyone else has. He knows how to run a business. He knows how to get the economy going, and he's smart enough to surround himself with good people.
Others aren't so convinced. The roll call of senior Republicans not coming to Cleveland this week includes the last president, George W. Bush, and his father, George Bush Sr., the last Republican presidential candidate, Mitt Romney, and a host of senators, including Jeff Flake. He says he'll be busy mowing his lawn instead.
There was a time when the conventions did actually choose the presidential candidate. These days, of course, that decision has already been made in the primaries and caucuses across the country. So the modern convention is less about selecting a candidate than selling him or her to the wider public. The problem for some Republicans this time is, how do you convince the public of the merits of your presidential hopeful if you have such deep misgivings about him yourself?
However, a late attempt to deny Mr. Trump the nomination seems certain to fail. His campaign manager insists the party is now fully behind the presumptive nominee.
No, the party has united, and it's a few people who are holding out, and they don't reflect anything other than their own personal opinions.
It's a claim which will be tested to the full over the coming days.
John, you raised that point in your package. Will the party come up behind him? It doesn't totally look like everyone is behind him. What is this going to mean?
Well, it's going to mean that rather than having those senior Republicans on his side speaking on the podium here, he's going to have to look to other people, and his campaign team say that they'll be ordinary people with ordinary stories to tell. But looking at the list, many of those so-called ordinary people seem to be members of his own family. Every night here, one of his or other of his children will be speaking, and on the final night, his wife will take to the stage with him. It's going to be an interesting week.
Okay, John, many thanks for that. John Brain there, live for us at that convention, Republican convention in Cleveland.